The other day, so I got some time to relax. Ain't think we made it, everyone taking it back. Measure the game, it's over, you under attack. Yeah, as a matter of fact, give it up, you don't lack.
Fuck all that talking, no threats. Get them both zip from a text. Dogs come slide when I put out a meal. Do like McDonald's, I fed them a man. Few racks, got the shit in my pocket. Got a spaceship coupe and I slide in the car. Put that boy in a shirt, he ain't give me no option. The gang put you under attack and I stop. Versace, cologne, Yates, yeah, I'm gone. Walk out the door, yeah, I came from the bricks. Real big step, I walk with them rigs. Big body, whip riding Southside shit. As a matter of fact, that boy gon' relax. We counting the racks like 4, 5, 6. Pull up with a mask and all black fish. Okay, 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 okay.
I made a few racks the other day, so I got some time to relax. Ain't think we made it, everyone taking it back. Measure the gang, it's over, you under attack. Yeah, as a matter of fact, give it up, you don't lack. I just might call it a rap, not gon' lie. Got so much shit I could do, got so much to prove in so little time. I know who wants me to lose, I don't need no proof, I see all the signs. I hope they stay upset, cause I'ma be set before I hit my
thinking I'm counting this money, bitch. Fuck up my girl, look how bad she is, y'all. Niggas think they got no motion, bitch. Look at her, she's so happy we my baby so fine, she a sexy bitch. She knows who I am, know who daddy is.
No one fucking with us, who the rack is.
Shit, dog. Alright, let me see. I was looking to see if there's any new games, so I haven't been looking. Let me see. Check my wish list actually. Alright, Kazan dropped. What is this? I'm either about to play these Poke Rogue or I'm about to play some bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like playing some bullshit. I got an hour in me. Okay, if I speed run the store, I can see my groceries. Like, let me check. Let me look at some action roguelikes. 2.0 Definitive Edition. Should I like Power World's dating sim? Why is Quiburn in the dating sim? Bro got motion like that? Sulfur? I got an update. Look kind of cool. Modern old school action adventure. 80s too. Haste, what is that? One fast soar through the air. Shit kind of hard. Is that a movement? Is it a movement one like the Sonic niggas? I don't know if I can show like in this shit. The reason being, I guess I can. Like, let's see, show this. I don't think there's any Gooner games up top. I don't know why I don't have that shit censored. There's literally never been a Gooner game that is actually good. don't think there's any new junk. Look how bad they did my fucking game, dude. It's so crazy, bro. We're supposed to action or like. This came out. Bro, this game looks so cool. It looked cool. Is it actually good? I would actually play it. It's Samurai Bringers. Is that a Gunner game? Orochi? It's half off right now. You know that he got hands for real. He just get his ass beat. Let me see. Oh, is he gonna get really good? Gun. Bury this leather. Metal Bringers looks better. I'm not gonna lie. It looks cool. Look at this show. Just looks cool. I just keep unmuting it. Oh, so weird. I keep unmuting for a reason, dude. It'll be obscenely loud for no reason one day, so just keep unmuting it. It looks cool. I'm popping the library. Oh, I got Rustle. They update Rustle. Go play that. I feel like it maybe. Your event. Ooh, event. January 9th. Yeah. I have this game. I'm gonna play Monster Hunter in a minute. They update this? Alright, I'm on the road. I'm on the road. The rouge. Now, where is this shit at, dude? Alright. I gotta close all this shit, dude. Oh my god.
Are, if you choose to watch Perfect Blue before my video, there is some fairly gruesome violence and some uncomfortable sexual material. Now, you don't have to watch it to watch this video. I think we'll have a good time regardless. Besides, so many of you end up watching.
Content Cop H3. He's just gonna say the hard R, isn't he? He actually did need to get on that. I didn't even know it's too crazy. I kind of feel like a theory video. Let's see. Is there any pop-in theory videos? Not them. Anybody. No. I just meant. Yeah. I wonder if there's some Bloodborne lore. But any new shit? Or people actually found something? Yeah. Oh, you did Lies of P. I like Lies of P. I used to listen to these at work, but now I had a job that don't let you use your fucking earbuds no more. That shit was so fucking vibey. You could listen to anything. But there was also kind of hoagies there. Let me see. Let's show some new games or something then.
I mean, there is the other, like, zombie killing stuff, but, well, a lot of stuff is non-standard. It's a side-scrolling survival game.
Oh, I remember.
Kinda like this War of Mine, if you combined it with The Last of Us and Texas. A lot of Texas going on, heard of, but I don't think that's game. Open world racing masterpiece, great stuff. I love Forza Horizon 5, but man, this is like Mario showing up in a Sonic game that isn't like one of those Mario versus Sonic sports games. Actually, you know what? Those are really weird. Rick and Morty Don't Starve vibe. I don't know. You're once again a delivery driver, a DIY, in a 3D builds. I mean, it does look like a pretty big version of Crashlands, like a much more expanded, much more possibilities, lots of crazy stuff going on. You're looking at it. Basically, if you're tired of serious survival games, Crashlands 2 is probably the way to go. If you still mechs in that, well, that's what this is. It's an open world PvPvE extraction shooter.
Lost me.
And at number 5 is South of Midnight, from the creators who brought us We Happy Few, Compulsion Games.
Black
They're
woman
bringing us
neuron
to the
activation.
South. You're thrust into a surreal world after a hurricane destroys Prospero, your hometown. But something is off about this hurricane, because all the folklore is somehow just, now it's reality. Something happened here. You got magic, though, so that's good. Got a real Tim Burton vibe to it, except for obviously a lot more Louisiana looking. I don't know, looks like a good action-adventure game. I'm there. South of Midnight's coming out April 8th to PC and Xbox Series. At number 4 is Steel Seed. From Storm in a Teacup, the mines that brought us close to the sun. We got a stealth action adventure set.
Lost me.
All the favorites. Like,
Lost me as well.
I don't know about that.
Ooh.
Up my spine. I'm always rooting for a game to be good rather than bad. I would rather have more good games than bad ones.
Oh, it's a shooter?
I can see a lot of
Kinda
potential
awesome.
here. She paints a number in the sky.
I like to play
I'm
only one
excited.
shooter.
I want Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is headed the biker zombie drama up.
Like shit dropped. Have they dropped any open world games?
Now, to be fair, this is not a cyberpunk game. It is actually set in 1983. Your whole idea is figuring out what the hell has happened to you and surviving what looks like a completely crazy world. Honestly, pretty cool looking game. Mind's Eye's landing on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series in the...
They're hiding something from us. Something terrible.
Historical figure, although the accuracy of, or maybe a sequel to Black
It's just not
Online turned into like Game of Thrones and The Witcher wrapped up into one.
It's dead, not dropping.
Thing. You're a battle-weary mercenary haunted.
So I would actually play this. No MMO? I'll play it.
Like sword fights.
Let them cook on single player, please. You can keep that multiplayer gotcha bullshit I'll be having.
Jin Sakai is adventure RPG that looks like we got some sort of alchemical chaos tossed into a kind of, I hesitate to say Dishonored exactly, but I also can't help it. 16 is Hell Is Us. This one puts you into the shoes of Remy, who is a UN peacekeeper. He goes AWOL to go back.
You're gonna fight Spot from Marvel. He's good.
But it's also crawling
with he's good.
Hollow Walkers sound very Death Stranding to me, but the game itself is very different. You have
this is Souls-like
melee weapons because the Hollow Walkers are immune to like modern weaponry. So you got kind of a Dark Souls meets Death Stranding meets Spec Ops The Line thing. Definitely an odd combo, but something that looks interesting. Hell Is Us is coming to PS5, Xbox. A little more sandboxy than Breath of the Wild, like more not necessarily battles and customizing your exo rig, which is, I mean, I don't say
almost a mech.
Way. Looks like
almost a mech open world. Those don't exist yet. I would love a mech open world, bro. You know, Transformers could have did that first. They're literally under the mech thing. Hold on. I want to play this. This looks cool.
And number 11 is The Outer Worlds 2. So The Outer Worlds is a fantastic game.
This game just not dropping, bro.
Impact was more modeled off Dark Souls. I mean, we got some pretty interesting looking landscapes here. Lot of variety. You got the
Elden Ring being so successful, let's just release so many Souls
experiments. Not that includes.
Oh yeah. All right. Borderlands have never been open world. They're always levels.
Imagine none. But we are apparently dealing with a fully open world, no loading screens, grappling hooks, gliding.
You're lying.
Tons of new guns. It's Borderlands, so I think you should know what you're getting with it, but man, does it seem like they expanded on the formula. In a good way. I mean, obviously that's just...
It went full open? They never do that. They just say that.
But Borderlands 4 looks like a hell of a lot of fun. It's coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and
in September.
PC, September 23rd this year.
I'm telling you, GTA dropping around September 2. It might be October.
Thing. The world around you. I don't know.
I heard this game is like really glitchy
vibes from this
in
game,
China.
Even though it looks like the combat is probably nothing like The Witcher 3.
No, the game is out already. This game is out in China.
It feels a lot
right
like
now.
That.
I don't know why he's talking like it doesn't exist, but that game is out in China right now. I remember I was looking it up. They say you could play it, but the thing is, there's no what's it called?
That's what I want.
There's no English at all.
What is this? Yo, what is this? The UI is a bit bloated and I don't like the damage numbers, but shit, this feels good. Oh my god, parrying costs a lot of stamina. Dodging costs a lot of stamina.
I kind of want to see Cultivation Souls-likes. I think that would be fire. Yeah, that sounds hot. Cultivation Souls-likes. Wuxia Souls-likes. We can watch an actual video. Like this, but Chirog. I'm sleepy, though. Go for me. What's not recommended? Bruh. I wanted to watch like a conspiracy theory. I don't know. Well, not like actual conspiracy like this, like the SpongeBob ones. Not the actual conspiracy theories. Hmm. Give me a 30-minute or something, bro. Oh, they mostly just have compilations. Man, Magic School Bus ain't that hot. I ain't gonna lie. I said don't drop. Yeah, he don't drop. All he do is SpongeBob. Damn it. What's the other nigga name? Hmm. You gonna start rapping? Oh, it's Theorizer. I watched this video. I watched this. This was actually a good video. Dang it, I should have watched that on stream. That shit's actually 30 minutes. That's literally what I asked for. Uh, I did not watch this. The fuck? Wait, the Hoodwinked one? Did I ever finish the Hoodwinked one? You can actually watch that. I didn't actually watch this.
Today is the day we finally delve into the villains of Hoodwinked. If you haven't seen the video where I tried solving the absolutely massive hidden mystery behind Nikki Flippers and the Sisterhood, I will link it above right now.
I think I did
It's
watch
great,
that
and
video,
will
not this
make
one
a
though.
lot more sense if you've seen, well, part 1 first. Believe me when I
In part 1, pretty much the sisters kind of created. So the sisters worked for a witch, and the witch created all the animals. And oh no, the witch, no, not all animals, just the frogs. And he wanted the sisters. I think that's the whole thing.
Hansel, Gretel, and Boingo are indeed almost equally as wild when it comes to dumb revelations. And
Give me the poach rug as well, please.
Today.
Shit, PP?
Hello, I'm the Theorizer. I'm hereby operating under the assumption that you've seen both Hoodwinked films as well as part 1 of my overall theory here. So Hansel and Gretel will be our first focus today. I was going to transition real smooth-like by discussing how Hansel and Gretel seem to know Red's weakness as being called a scared little girl, and how Red knew that they knew because she and her team manipulated them with that fact, but it's seriously a road to nowhere, a spiraling pit of Ouroboros logic, so let me just slam you as hard as I can with the truth. These kids are filled to the brim with more connections and mystery than I could digest in a lifetime, let alone one video. but I'm going to do it anyways. So midway through the second movie, Granny busts out of her shackles to rescue the kids, and when she first arrives, they are sitting there eating junk food and watching Hoodwinked. What does this mean?
Ew.
What am I supposed to do?
Think a booger big and fuck.
Why? Alright, so they're not just watching Hoodwinked, they're actually watching the scene where Kirk sings his Schnitzel song. This is, let's just say, interesting to note. The notion that Hoodwinked is a film within a film, and that all of the main characters are actors turned spies in the vein of Flippers, is something I plan to get to later. Maybe. The fact of the matter is,
Omega bracelet. Rob that man. Rob that right on now. Take his lunch money.
Because the kids are watching it.
I'm not killing. For a
second, my point
should I Tara?
There seems to be a link of sorts right here. What do I mean by that? Well, I have reason to believe that through some means, they have a connection to Kirk. Let's look at the evidence. Hansel and Gretel are German. Not only that, but I refer to them as the Grimm twins because I find it
easy killed through
the assimilators, and for our purposes,
or did deserve to kill.
Hansel and Gretel are the brothers Grimm. These two, and more importantly, the fairy tale itself, are very much so German. Hansel and Gretel are infamous for two little.
What? He's +3 attack and +3 speed. What type of shit?
A Venus flytrap tale. Everything in it is based in Germany. This
Bruh.
isn't even a necessary deep.
Why is he all the pluses and all the right stuff?
Within the film. So we have two German children sitting there watching a show.
Well, he got a part. I gotta actually reset.
Yes.
Because why did he actually get every
One of
boost?
the only other German characters in Hoodwinked, Kirk constantly goes around selling schnitzels.
Wait, so Hitler's in this movie?
Every time Hansel and Gretel require an expletive, they use, get this, even more directly, who else uses the expletive schnitzel? Kirk. Well, that's a pretty damning connection there. They're all German. They all worship schnitzels, and the kids are watching Kirk do this song and dance act.
Oh, and it got a SPDEF boost.
And Kirk is a food vendor. Coincidence?
Swap
No.
then.
Is that all? No. Get a load of this. When confronted about their eating habits, they claim to be children of a poor woodcutter who never bought them any food. A poor, unemployed.
I don't have moon. I don't have moonlight anymore.
Right? At first, I was inclined to say that they are actually the children of Paul Bunyan, the person Kirk is playing. Their ties to Kirk are too undeniable, though, which leads me to believe that they were referring to Kirk's aspirations. You see, he consistently plays woodcutters. In the second film, he becomes a woodcutter showman, proving this point once again, that he surrounds himself with such a lifestyle. And the fact of all this woodcutter connectedness is noteworthy. It's shockingly coincidental. The kids spend half of the second film playing innocent and acting just like Kirk does their father. So genetics largely aren't an issue with them either. We don't know their mother.
Is that why they're so fucking big?
Colors aren't radically different to any degree that would make this family impossible. It's all very much so able to happen. But speaking of Kirk in the second film, he misses Hansel.
Wait, what if they just have dry skin? I can't read.
Whenever he arrives on the scene. Coincidence?
Dang it, bro. Reading is
Let's take an
hard.
even deeper look at their adjacent behaviors. This further dive will not only allow even more evidence of their connections, but it will also allow us to move on to the next major theory of mine. Kirk is starved of fame, and the Grimm twins are starved of nutrition. Both got what they wanted in between films. Saying that, though, would be slightly disingenuous because Hansel and Gretel specifically
take the other McGraw types.
Food.
Rock Mountain is straight rock.
Hansel and Gretel story where two kids desperate for snacks fall right into the trap of an evil witch. This also sounds eerily similar to something else, though. Kirk's main occupation throughout the first Hoodwinked seems to be calling out to children so he can lure them in for schnitzels. He yodels and plays music, and it almost eerily lures them all in.
Why are they so ugly?
Flytrap or a gingerbread house. Kirk is providing for other children, but not his own. It makes me wonder what happened exactly. Is Kirk a terrible parent who abandoned his children for fame, or did they leave him, find a real gingerbread house, and that's how they met Verushka to start all of this?
But what?
Did they try to recreate it in the second film to fool everyone? Hi, sorry, this is just me cutting in while editing, but as it plays and as they watch it, you can hear just in the corner before Granny enters the room, Hansel Hansel says, "I am filling that hole inside of me with food." It's like this is to imply that as they watch Hoodwinked and they're eating to fill that void that Kirk left with food. Things are weird, timing is weird, but I'll return to Verushka later because my point in all of this is to prove one singular thing. Hansel and Gretel are from the exact same forest that the first film takes place. They are the impoverished children of a struggling method actor. This amazingly explains their disdain for Granny Puckett. They never had enough money to eat her snacks, and this is why they had preemptive hatred for her and anyone that surrounds her. They lived right down the street. These children lived in that big bad forest for many years, tempted by the treats around them, but miserable because their father could never find any work. He is a man who was desperate for fame, but could only pull off woodcutters, a role he had absolutely no knowledge of. He sold treats in his spare time, luring in money from children to fund his aspirations instead of his own children. His children eventually went missing after they gave up, and Kirk was fated to repeat his misery over and over again, failing repeatedly until he got his call back. We know Kirk's story, but the paths of Hansel and Gretel are unknown until now. You see, here's where things start getting good. Hansel and Gretel are desperate for snacks, more desperate.
Like, why did I pick Charizard like I can beat Charizard? I can't beat, bro. He's him.
To monopolize on
Alright, never mind. He's retarded.
by exploiting the desperation of others. They call the super truffle the greatest dessert.
Bro, look at all the items he fucking has.
Quote, the filthy rich. They scream this
Demon.
outright. Their initial
He
desperation
ate.
wasn't evil because something.
Bro, how do I should have terrored, bro. GG, I lost. The second he got that hit, I lost. I ain't gonna lie.
Something that resulted from them seeking out the money they needed. Something that turned them into extremely greedy supervillains. This event must have changed them, broke them. Some sort of shady incident that
Damn
Nicky
it.
Flippers must know about because, suspicious as ever, he finishes the
Are you
second
E-Speed?
film claiming that
Alright, I
he's
won.
of
I won.
ability
Bro, that nigga is him, bro. He's so hard to fight.
Nicky was intimately aware of all the evil.
I don't like it
plans
being on the other
in
side, then.
both films.
Like a
These events
demon.
cannot be products of their own operation, which leaves only one remaining option.
He uses the reviver seed. Is there?
They are
This
merely
nigga just got the
parts of
full.
Boingo's continued operation. Boingo explains his evil plan during the climax of the first Hoodwinked. He says
I'm
that
resetting
this
that, bro.
synthesis
Fuck that.
was
And
chemical
I think it
that
actually
causes
uses my
a
items too.
addiction within those who ingest it.
Impossible to beat as Charizard.
He openly shows a couple of tests he ran on children.
Like you.
Children who, upon ingesting the food he filled with Boingonium, began to develop an obsessive desire to get more and more, which is how Hansel words their plan with the super truffles, force their consumers to want more and more. An artistic recreation of one of Boingo's subjects reflects this, but if you haven't guessed yet, I'm not saying that Hansel and Gretel are merely continuing the operation while Boingo's imprisoned. I'm saying, of course, that they were the test subjects and that they are in fact deluded and brainwashed by the addictive chemical. They aren't just redistributing Boingonium, they ingested
fuck
it
is
themselves.
Boingonium?
These children fled their father out of desperation and were taken in by Boingo so he could experiment on them and synthesize the Boingonium. This all thoroughly explains why they are desperate for snacks and why they're out of
Wait there.
and why Nicky Flippers has an understanding of how to rehabilitate
You can't
such
earth him.
individuals.
Swap right click
Since he
because
was aware of all of Verushka's plans and thus likely theirs too. He let them toy.
He swapped
with
too.
vengeance
Or you're
against
weird.
her, but we already covered that last time. No, in short, Hansel and Gretel are not evil.
He's crab
They were
hammering.
taken
He got
advantage
one
of by
speed.
Boingo. There's so much more
think
to
he's
this though, because Boingo's
sad.
still influencing them throughout the duration of the second film, and we know this for an absolute fact because Verushka literally visits him in prison as he interferes and provides her with information. This is all the truth. I am shocked at how deep this goes, but this is what I meant by 5 videos and Hoodwinked breaking me. There's more Boingo affiliates too. All of the tiny characters.
Am I a
in the
Boingo
show are
affiliate?
banded together in some sort of evil coalition. I'm not joking. While I highly doubt Twitchy's involved, basically everyone
Water
else is. It's the
absorb.
literally small characters. I don't know if Nicky Flipper's dog is a part of it, but
Why
I
did-
get shivers when Red
He had
is
4
instructed
move
by the
slots.
little
Why did he do
woodpecker
that?
dealing with a foreboding message from the Goody Bandit, or when this
Yes,
rat
30s
leads her
-ish.
where she should go, which ends up being something of a death trap. But these two connections are loose and pathetic.
Plus 1
I'd roast
speed.
myself if
That's
I were
it.
so inclined, but here's the kicker. Here's something
Let's go,
that
lesbian
nobody has
horse.
ever put together, and I guarantee it. To be fair, I doubt anyone has bothered.
It's 30 and it gets Earth Eater.
Putting this together, considering my videos are basically the only
Damn.
Hoodwinked theories on the entire internet. Kicker is this: Lady Squirrels. squirrels. After Wolf and Twitchy abandon Red in the city during the second film, Red goes all over the place, miserable, looking for dark castle towers. She asks numerous creatures about it before asking two highly offended lady squirrels. They shrug it off, and then just minutes later, they appear walking out of Twitchy's trailer in the middle of the
Yeah, that
woods.
nigga got hoes.
After that, Twitchy and Wolf rejoin the action following an assault from the three pigs. Do you not see what is happening here? They work for the Grimm twins. This is the real story. After seeing Red was alone, the two spies did a mad scramble trying to find
do zero damage.
associates to kill them. The ladies find Twitchy in the middle of nowhere, and the instant they flee the scene, the mercenaries arrive to kill Wolf and Twitchy. This is a conspiracy. I am not lying, I am not exaggerating, I am serious, and I am right. You want your damn linchpin, you want it so badly, don't you? The giant, who is completely immersed in the criminal underbelly of this world, consistently screams as loudly as he can to never trust short people.
He's fucking right.
The shorter, the more evil. He has bad experience.
I agree, so it must be true.
He is most likely primarily referring to the Grimm twins here because he has ties to them.
Short people, he's right.
HEA went to him for
I
information.
always knew.
For God's sake, his own entertainer, the harp, is the one that led Red to Boingo. He said to find the bunny in prison, and this angry giant who has been slighted time and time again vilifies those responsible. Short people, which was a clue to the audience to figure out what was revealed minutes later, that being that the Grimm twins were evil. He probably gave them the Dark Castle Towers, and I know it's all tied because the filmmakers used the same phrase. Never trust a bunny, never trust short people. Now the ones who aren't particularly short would be the mercenary pigs.
Never trust snow bunnies.
I'll get to the...
They were always trying to tell you.
But first, these pigs. We're
Speed
doing all the main
boost.
villains in this video, so we need to
Dangerous.
solve them too before we ultimately get around to Boingo's rationale. You see, the three pigs have a massive story behind them.
Speed boost again.
In the first Hoodwinked
Little
movie,
does he
the
fucking
pigs
know.
are seen throughout the crime
Aim for
scene,
aerial
and
ace.
cookies
Split
here,
deaths.
and they're essentially just
Defense.
bumbling
Aerial ace
working
again.
cops. They talk about how they built houses out of straw and such, but they don't.
I thought he was gonna outrage, but I think he knew I had terror. I did think he knew I had terror. Yo, you're weird.
They know the wolf, and they blow up his trailer. What happened? Well, believe it or not, there's a
I had
scene
terror just in case.
here too.
But he wasn't
Early
gonna
in the
use
first
it.
Film, Wolf says he's about to bust the three pigs. for
He's
their
about to
fraudulent
bust?
scam.
Hey, yo.
Clearly between films he did. Clearly between films they revolted, and clearly between films they were trained in Mexico to use illegal weaponry. Essentially, they were fired
What?
from their jobs as policemen, and they teamed up with the enemy to take down Wolf. They even called him the Chupacabra. See? Lore. Boingo. We've
Like a
done
what?
everything but Boingo. Saving the best for last. This is a doozy, and it explains damn near everything. Here we go. I have reason to believe that Boingo has a severe inferiority complex. Boingo serves the Muffin Man, a baker who seems to be in competition against Granny Puckett. Perhaps the Muffin Man is also that snack shack guy's boss. Would explain his grumpiness, I suppose. I believe the boss's name was Earl. Who knows? Who cares? Point is, Boingo is devastated and driven insane by the fact that his unassuming demeanor has ravaged his ambitions. He cries and laughs like a maniac following his discussion of the Muffin Man and how he is done working for people. He plans to change the world and let the little critters rise up. He has basically recruited a secret army of short people. But what was his plan exactly? In the first film, he methodically tricked and manipulated every single one of the main characters into one situation, the cottage confrontation. He then wormed his way in and stole the recipe book. Why? Was this all to keep the police distracted while he let loose the dynamite to blow up the valley? Or was he engineering a more metaphorical explosion of the pressure cooker that was these characters' relationships? Well, it would seem so, and it's all in line with the idea that Nicky Flippers was using
Charizardite X. Yo, fuck you. You know I need Y.
And compelled him to do so. He shoved Red down.
Technically, it's still worth it. Funnily enough.
Confrontation.
Technically, no, it's not. I got the egg voucher of death.
But Kirk is where things get interesting.
2 egg vouchers. Yo, we're so up.
My theory. Boingo is seen standing right
So let's
there
go.
when Kirk's truck is robbed, and this robbery officially put Kirk out of business and ultimately landed him
Bruh,
in cottage.
that's luck and the vouchers ain't rolling, bruh. I think they nerfed the luck.
Technology brainwashed these
So they
slaves
gave
to
luck
his own
confirmed, so I feel like they
purposes.
nerfed
In
it
fact,
across
if
the
anyone
board.
filmed that song to allow the Grimm twins to view it on their TV, it would have been Boingo, the only other one right there. Well, see, the timeline is a tiny bit unstable at the moment, but it is all interconnected. I mean, Kirk isn't the only actor these kids learnt from, considering they pulled the exact same ruse that Boingo did. And then they proceed to say, "You've been hoodwinked too." These children are fully tied to Boingo. He trained them, and it's because they are continuing his evil plan. Boingo wanted to be known as the face of his evil corporation. Getting all of the characters together just led to his defeat, because something tells me it was all a part of his scheme. Boingo doesn't just feel inferior, he wants to be seen as evil. Boingo is desperate to fail, almost. It's because he selfishly is desperate for the world to know how smart and evil he is. That's what this is all about. He can happily live behind bars because he still derives joy from the knowledge that he hoodwinked all of his friends. He draws graphic images of their deaths in his prison cell. He wants to be seen as evil. He mimics Hannibal Lecter. He hired a team of extremely evil-looking Eastern European henchmen and was dismayed how the name Keith was so innocuous, demanding it be changed. He loves the term evil. He doesn't even love being called a genius, but he relishes in the evil part. Nowhere is this more obvious than the fact that his personal clipboard is titled Evil Plan. It's remarkable how he functions. Again, Nicky is aware of absolutely all this. He has ties to him and has knowledge and controls the situations. We discussed Woolworth's Bo Peep statement, but not the ultimate purpose of this conversation, that being the disclosure of Red's location. I repeat, Woolworth was the one who told Wolf that Red was in the cable car. Instantaneous news that could only come from one possible source. The other person up there with her. Boingo's plan was to destroy everyone and reveal himself in the process. He mocks Granny by taunting how Red doesn't trust her anymore, because it was all according to his plan. He is evil, and who knows how many more pieces and plans are out there. The Boingonium subjects are probably spread far and wide, and I bet he tested on all the Schnitzel children too. I'd also bet he took his own Boingonium. So is anyone truly evil here? Well, that might be a topic I'll discuss next time, when I inevitably cover Hoodwinked again. Give me a little more than a month this time, because shockingly I managed to get most of the big points out here in these two videos because I went fast, but I still need to discuss Red's parents and the timeline, of course. There's a much more solid overlap than you might assume between these two videos of mine. It's amazingly enjoyable to do, though. They say the giant blogs about movies and that he should get a life. I can't help but feel personally devastated by that statement, and thus my counter roast would be that maybe this film should get a budget. Out here looking like claymation without the...
You just call it the movie, bro. Really did that. Like I said, get some bands, little nigga. Like, dumb as shit. Nigga just told the movie, get some bands. I remember this. Wait, which one was this? Oh, this is no in-house is that's the one. The in-house is the weird one, isn't it? Yeah, it's actually not that weird. But they need to drop some. I think New in-house is actually pretty good. But they need to drop some heat, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. The last few has been mid. This one mid. This one mid. This one mid. This one's alright. I wouldn't call it mid. This one, it's cool. It's not serious. This one, I think it's alright. It's not really scary or creepy. It just kind of tells a story. This one, mid. I ain't gonna lie. This one, did I finish this one? I don't think I finished this one. I actually like this one. I think for the story it does, I think it's better than every other one I just showed. Alright, this one's alright. I think it's alright. This one is trash. Holy shit. He's in the window. This one's good. This one's good. This one's good. This one's good. What's this one? I ain't gonna lie, bro. This one kind of made, bro. I keep getting called to the same. What is this one? I keep getting called to the same house. What do I want to go like? The same. I'm trying to remember how it was like. That's the one about the white woman, right? Oh, that's this one. Oh. I'm trying to remember the same house. I need to hear it. House. I'm trying to remember. Nobody's down there. He didn't bring up. Or back up. Oh, did I even probably watch this one? I think I did, but like I don't remember it at all. I might rewatch this. You know what? This one's getting rewatched. I don't remember it at all. That one's getting rewatched. This is probably the only like good one in all the one. Like it's actually like if you skip all fucking 20 of this shit and you just put the Dionysus house, that's a good one. The Die house, yeah. Whistler, that's not a scary story. It's just kind of it's cool. It's not scary. Caver, kind of a culture one. See, did I even finish the Ted the Caver? We're gonna rewatch this one too. You know what? That's facts. CP3000. This one's cool. Deep Woods. Honestly, for what it was, this one's low key mid. Alright, low key. Let me see. Dog Mr. 3. I like this one. This one's cool. This one, questionable. This one was questionable as well. Holy shit. This one's questionable, but I think it's decent writing. Questionable but creepy. This peak. I consider that this is a peak one. The Dio house, that one's peak. Feed the Pig, this one's pretty good. Psychosis, this one's pretty good. Yeah, but at one point they were just doing bangers. And then peeking at me around corners. Is that the? Let's see. I'll get this one and Stolen Tongues mixed up. I think Stolen Tongues is Stolen Tongues is so good. I want to rewatch it, and it's 4 hours. Bro, when I say Stolen Tongues is so much better. Like so good. I would rewatch it, dude. Just the storytelling in it, bro. That one's actually peaked. Oh my god, but they were on a run. Like all of these were decent, like passing. I don't even remember this. This one's kind of weird. This that's all I gotta say. This one's pretty cool. Showers, this one's cool. I like this one. I like this one a lot, actually. I like this one. This one is questionable in a funny way. This one's good. This peak. Now, 5 million watched the first, but not the second. Yo, fuck you. This is the best one they have ever done. This one right here, Pen Pal, is literally the best. Like if you ignore left and right, it is the best. Just storytelling and ending, how the whole thing goes is like this, like his past, like that shit was kind of peak, and it almost seemed like it could have really happened. Baraska, you know how I feel about that. And this junk. It's a good podcast, but there's like 5 bangers. There's only like there's how many videos is this? 316 videos. Why does shorts get counted? Yo, fuck you. There's like what 40 videos, 50 videos. There's like 6 or 7 that are just head and shoulders above the rest. Like if you like Baraska, let me count them. All right, 1, left to right, 2, 3, This one I got this one 4. This one 5. I like showers. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say these two are about head and shoulders. I'm not gonna lie. They're probably just head. We count in head and shoulders. And just 1, 2, 3. See, I wouldn't say head and I like this, but I wouldn't say head and shoulders. I just say head, like it got a head up there, not shoulders though. I really like showers. I really do. I really like. I like the concept. I ain't like showers is up there. I'll put it up there. That's 4. That's so it goes 1, 2, 3. I'm putting showers in 4. Gregory, low key Gregory goes up there. All right, fuck. I'm putting them up there. I'm putting them up there. I'm 6, dude. Fuck it. I wonder how she don't get up there. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Tommy Taffy, fuck no. 6 so far. 7. 8. Yeah, the rest of. Yeah, you stop at 8. Wow. There's only 8 bangers that are just like when I say head and shoulders, bro. There's 8. And they're just head and they actually need to drop. They need to just find peak at this point, bro. Because I say head and shoulders, bro. What the fuck? Let me see that.
You know, I never really understood the head clearance.
I got
sure,
about 20 minutes.
It can be
Fuck
gross
it,
and
dude.
weird at times, but gosh darn it, I think it's a pretty solid show in its own right, especially when it takes itself seriously and tackles topics that almost every child experiences. These episodes are few, but they reveal hidden sides of each of the main characters, ones we don't typically get to see. So grab a box of tissues for your tears. I got way too many comments last video with your dirty minds. Subscribe and try not to cry while I cover the heartbreaking lore of Clarence. When you're a kid, all you want is to be special. Whether it's being the fastest or smartest, you look for any possible reason, no matter how small, to feel special.
The fuck is even being special,
means
bro?
you have value. And that's how this episode begins, with Jeff going through his morning routine and telling us that he's not like the other boys. He's special because he likes doing things like brushing his teeth and making lunch. Okay, bub, but today is a bit different. Today is the day where Jeff's class is split into 2 groups. The Quill group, aka the gifted kids, and the Crayon group, aka the regular kids. Jeff sits on his desk as he confidently waits for the results, and is anticipating being put in the Quill group. Because if he's in the Quill group, now he has a definitive proof that he's special. But he gets his results back, and Jeff is devastated. He speaks to his teacher.
Why does he say quill like that? He's saying quill.
For any
Quill.
reason for the ranking to be a mistake, but the teacher tells him there's nothing she can do. There was no mistake, and Jeff belongs in the Crayon group.
Fucking
When you
loser.
spend your entire life believing that you're somehow exceptional, but don't get the results you expect, what are you to do? The new classes begin, and while the other kids are having fun, Jeff is miserable. He's different. He has to be. He can't be lesser than those other kids.
Why do you need to
So
be
he leaves
different,
his
brother?
class and tries to sneak into the gifted class, but he gets caught immediately. What was bro thinking? Entering the class like this? He
Like,
might
it's
as well
like
enter being
only
Tom.
girls in there.
Jeff gets kicked out of the class and is left
Like,
to his
pretty
thoughts.
much.
He feels alone and defeated, and dreams about the rest of his life, doing a regular job and marrying a regular capybara. Okay, dude, no need to show off. But in all seriousness, he's
This is
going
not a
through an
capybara,
existential
nigga.
crisis. One of the hardest things in life is
First of all, bitch ass nigga, a capybara doesn't have a trunk. That would be a tapir. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, let's go back. Because I need to see this, bro. If you just call a tapir a capybara, bro, I saw a fucking trunk. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This shit's not letting me go back. Alright, you're fucking lucky, bud. He said, nah. Bro said, you're bad. He said, how dare you? No way.
Existential crisis. One of the hardest things in life is
No
accepting that
way.
things didn't go the way you wanted and having to course correct in accordance to the way things did happen. It's something that we have to face way too often. Something that we unfortunately start to learn at a young age, even if we're not ready. Jeff wakes up to an empty classroom and sees the placement result of everyone in his entire class. He didn't get the highest or lowest mark, but he was right there in the middle. He was average. and that oddly brings him relief. Because the next day, Jeff goes through the same morning routine as earlier, but this time, instead of trying to justify why he's special, he accepts that he's average, and that's what makes him special.
I am a crayon, but not just an ordinary one. I am special. My test results have shown that I am perfect, perfectly average.
Out of all the episodes of Clarence, this hit me a little too close to home because I had the exact same experience as Jeff, except I was placed below the crayon group. Yeah, boy needed that extra help. I didn't have it as a
bro was in
team,
the short
because
bus.
all I can remember is not wanting to be there because I didn't want to have less value than the regular kids. But what this episode helped me realize was I would have had a better time if I accepted that I needed that support and that there's nothing wrong with that because what you can or can't do isn't what gives you value. What makes you valuable is that you're you. Time for Sumo's story. The episode in question is considered by the majority as the best episode of Clarence. It's an episode that follows Clarence's friend Sumo as he tries to impress his
best
father.
episode?
An episode about being seen. An episode called... We begin with Sumo in detention.
Actually,
I
I
don't
do
know
like
idea
that
why. I think
episode.
it's because he's answering a questionnaire so he can reflect on his actions, and the dude is nailing it with his insightful answers such as, nah.
Do you regret what you did? Nah.
He turns the page over and is caught off guard by the next question.
What do you want most in life? And how are you going to achieve it?
You can see that question hit Sumo, but before he could process it, Clarence comes to detention and causes a ruckus by showing off his sick ninja skills. Detention ends and the boys are hanging out at Sumo's place. They're just goofing around and having fun, but Sumo is off in his own world.
Hey, Sumo.
You know those rare assignments you get as a kid that for some reason stick with you, and it could be something as simple as a science fair, but for whatever
I ain't gonna lie,
reason,
bro.
the way you
I don't
approach it
remember
is
any of that
different.
shit.
Like it means something special to you. I think that's what's going on here. Sumo doesn't typically care about school. His grades aren't the best and he often gets
I
attention
bet
for,
that
you know,
would be
his condition. But from the get-go, this question struck a chord with Sumo. Maybe he's thought about it before passively and is more actively thinking about it because of the assignment. While the boys were about to do something, Sumo's father arrives and asks him to clean the yard.
Dad, we were gonna build a...
Sorry, Jan, so you can play tomorrow.
I just hear
Sumo's
Jake.
friends offer to help him, but he just blows up at them. His friends leave a little hurt, and Sumo ends up working well into the night cleaning up, which brings the emotional element up front for the first time in this episode. Sumo only blew up at his friends after his father didn't listen to him, and the first thing he does after cleaning up is insert himself in the conversation his father was having at the dinner table, trying to get his father's attention.
Hey, Dad!
The dad was having a conversation about boats and how he'd love to have a boat. When Sumo yells,
I'm building a boat!
Sumo never had the intention to build a boat before. He was just speaking for the sake of it, hoping to get any attention from his father. And what does his father say after Sumo tells him he's gonna build a boat?
I'll believe it when I see it.
This sets Sumo's heart ablaze, and now he knows what he wants to do with his life. He wants to build a boat. That night, he starts researching boats and how to build them, and the next day, he begins his project. Sumo builds the boat every spare moment he gets. Whether it's scorching hot, cold and rainy, or just plain muddy, Sumo is working tooth and nail to build this boat. One of the days that Sumo's working, Clarence tries to help, but Clarence being himself gets distracted and ends up hitting Sumo with a plank. Sumo snaps at him.
Hey, Clarence, if you're not gonna help build a boat, just get out of here!
The old Sumo would have laughed and just joined Clarence with his shenanigans. But as of right now, Sumo has one thing and only one thing in his mind. To
They've
get some
got
approval from
goals
his
and
father.
shit.
The next day at school, Sumo apologizes to Clarence for yelling at him, which I feel is a normal
W
response to getting
lunch.
hit
Hold
with a
on,
big
hold on.
plank.
That's
But
good
what
use.
breaks my heart as to why he yelled. It wasn't because of the plank, but because
Stanley
Sumo
yell
was
now.
neglecting everything in his life. His friends, his health. I mean, the dude packed a single onion for his lunch. This is a whole issue on its own. That night, when Sumo's working on his boat, his father comes in to
I
check
would
on him.
actually
In the
watch a
background,
whole
it's raining, and Sumo's
video.
father does something that puts his character into
I'm
perspective.
gonna leave, but I don't know. Do I come back? No, I'm sleepy as shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, coach. I need to go to the store and go to bed, bro. It is bad. I'm fried, bro.
In real life, there's no such thing as a truly good or evil person.
Yeah, I'm
It's all a
fried.
jumbled mess.
Yes,
Sure, he doesn't show
fried.
his love in the traditional way, but as you saw and will see, he's gonna do it again in his own way. After the interaction, Sumo continues to build his boat. He's hammering a nail and he hits it and hits it, but it bends, and then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. Gotta walk in, little nigga.
I think it's at this moment that Sumo realized that his father does care for him in his own way. Maybe he
Alright, what if I do this,
frustrated
though?
himself for not realizing it sooner, or his dad for
Bird
just not
type
showing
tail
it.
glow,
But the whole point
100
of building
pump,
the boat
don't
is to
do
get his
shit.
father's attention.
Hit him
Sumo
with the
destroying
big
everything
dick
he was working on
damage.
to rigs. All that time and effort gone. He was ready to call it quits, but his friends show up and don't let him. They end up building a boat together and take it to a lake.
My
to test if
Charizard
it
is
floats,
pink.
and it does for about a minute. With the boat sinking and the boys panicking,
Damn.
Sumo's father arrives and
That shit put me to sleep, yo. You're weird, dude. I really do. I live though. Oh, nigga. And that Charizard
The
carry.
bow is an allegory for Sumo's father. Sure, he may not be perfect, but that doesn't make him a bad dad. At the end of the day, he was always there for Sumo, and even takes a picture with
That
his
nigga
son to
has
show that
12
he was
children.
sad
That is a
and proud of
great
him no
father.
matter what. Looking back at this
Are you
episode,
kidding?
it relates to everyone at a personal level. Whether it be through grades,
35
sports,
children,
even
and he's
bad
taking
behavior,
care of all of
people are
them.
constantly seeking their parents' attention, and when parents neglect to provide it, we are left feeling frustrated, and it can turn into resentment. It's the job of the parent to provide consistent attention and approval, and also show it accordingly. But maybe it's also on us to realize that though they didn't show their approval the way we wanted, they did it in a way that they only knew how.
Goodbye,
Or not, this is all
yeah.
subjective. Anyway, time for Clarence's story. Clarence is one of those shows that you either watched or didn't, but there's one episode that everyone has watched and seemingly remembers, even people that never really watched Clarence, and that's because of the memes.
Oh, the sad one?
But also how dark and
Why is it
romantic
Charizard
that
X
episode
again?
is called.
I don't want to be Charizard X. I want to be Charizard Y.
And he's showing off his
Ooh.
favorite toy called Little Buddy. It's dirty
The
and
Charizard
which
X, like,
is only because
really,
Clarence
dude?
loves it, and
You
it's
can
obvious
be
that he plays
Charizard
with
X,
law.
though?
And hey, which one of us isn't a bit damaged, am I right? During recess, Clarence goes around the playground and tries to get other kids to play
Why
with
didn't
Little
he
Buddy,
Charizard
but he gets
X?
rejection after rejection.
I
This
wanna
kinda
be the
hurts his
wild
feelings, but I
one.
get it from both sides. Clarence really loves
Yo, I
this
just
toy
thought
and
about
loves
that.
something
You
wanna
can't
show to
even
other
get
people and get validation.
that shit was
Just like everyone
literally
on this channel
a
wants
Virgin
to
exclusive.
on the
You're
other
so
hand,
weird
Little
for
Buddy
that.
is the stuff of nightmares,
I
and
can't
if
have
Vern
both
tried to be a better person
Charizards?
to play with it, they just didn't want to
Wait,
get contact with the
could
rest
wait?
of
Hold
the
on.
lives.
Could you actually not get? Wait, what's that shit? Let's see. That shit actually exclusive. I remember playing, but I don't remember. X looks cooler, but it's not as good as Y, sadly. Like, the two sides of Charizard, man. Alright, they're just trying to sell me something.
Clarence sees this one kid and rushes over to him, but as he tries to get away, he gets hurt and starts crying. A teacher quickly rushes over and sends Clarence to timeout for 5 minutes, and as he tries to explain that it was an accident, the teacher threatens him with 5 more minutes for talking. So Clarence defeatedly sits down and counts the time till he can go back out and play, but the minutes turn into hours, and the hours turn into years, and all of a sudden he witnesses the collapse of society. Well, at least that's how it felt for Clarence. This is probably the most accurate depiction of how timeout is as a kid, and that's something I honestly really
I've been in
appreciate.
timeout a lot,
Like,
little
compared to
nigga.
what it
That
feels
shit
like
like,
as a kid, Clarence
you serve your
realizes
time,
it's
little
been
nigga.
over 5 minutes, but is scared to say anything because
Sorry, your
the kid keeps
time.
talking, so he starts panicking, not knowing what to do when.
Your 5 minutes was up 5 minutes ago! Go play before the bell rings! Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
This entire episode
That's the way the
His
cookie
teacher shows
crumbles.
empathy and apologized for her mistake, but she didn't. For the rest of the day, Clarence is despondent. His friends try to talk to him and tell him missing recess is not a big
That
deal.
nigga fried.
It's
He
just
said,
not
wait.
real. When he gets home, Clarence starts to lose it.
I just wanted people to play with.
This is
He's gonna
honestly
swap so his tail glow on his dumb
Clarence
ass.
loves Little Buddy to death, and he was
And get
already
plus
blind to
1700.
Accidentally ripping the arm off was the thing that pushed him over. Ashamed of what he's done, Clarence takes his scooter and rides off with Little Buddy. He doesn't know where he's going. He just needs to get away. He ends up in a field and digs a grave for his friend and throws him in.
But they
Although
always
it's
do that
recent
shit when you have
parents,
beast
they've been
boost.
given a couple
They
of
start
tips to
swapping
get better
on their
stats.
one
It's the
health
fact
so you
that
don't
he
get a
knows something
boost.
he loves that really
Trying
breaks
to
him.
like
Over the next couple of days,
escape
Clarence
it.
is going through it. His mom tries to talk
You
him
can't
to it,
escape
but
that
no one
Charizard
listens. He
gear.
continues with his daily routine, but he's just there physically. Emotionally, he's absent. In this funk, Clarence ends up cutting his hair, changing his clothes, and even starts misbehaving in class, which lands him in detention with delinquents. Essentially, he tried to destroy everything that made Clarence Clarence. A lot of people see Clarence's reaction as extreme, and I agree to an extent, but I think they neglect how Clarence is feeling about acting like this. Everyone is different. Just because you consider something as not a big deal may be huge for somebody else. This whole situation is clearly hard on Clarence. And since he doesn't have a healthy way of expressing his emotions, he keeps it bottled up inside, and it keeps building up and building up until one day, the recess monitor is called over to the playground because there's an incident that's going on. She gets there and sees Clarence harassing people with Little Buddy's broken arm.
You blow that whistle, and you're making a big mistake.
I'm sorry, Clarence.
You're making the sorriest mistake of your life. I gotta look that shit up. How did he do that shit?
When everything's about to blow up, Clarence gets pantsed by a delinquent, and as retaliation, proceeds to sucker punch the culprit.
Whoa, children fighting. I can sell this.
Clarence gets sent to the principal's office for a special punishment.
If I wouldn't have slowed down, y'all was not gonna catch me. And let me be in that new scat pack, I'd have took off on y'all dumbass. You two fuckers just made the biggest mistake of your lousy career.
Bro, how did he do that shit? How did he do that?
But is met with his
You two fuckers just made the biggest mistake of your lousy career.
All the detentions and now fighting? This is serious. It needs to be dealt with immediately. But first, she has something for him.
Someone here wants to see you.
A little funny.
Clarence starts crying. This is the first time he's shown any emotion since he's gotten in trouble. Everything that he's bottled up till this point just starts coming out. When Clarence hurt little buddy, it broke him because he never thought he would do that to somebody he loves. And not knowing how to deal with the guilt set him on this downward spiral. He just needed some reassurance or validation but never received it, unfortunately. His teacher says they know how upset he was when he lost his recess and it wasn't fair. So his special punishment is a recess that Clarence gets all to himself. Just like that, Clarence is back to being himself. Just a little kindness.
Give me that help back, little
I
nigga.
love this episode of Clarence because of the relatability. A lot of us have experienced something.
Cut himself
that
out.
affects us
What's he?
negatively. On the outside, it may seem small.
Nigga
but
got
to us,
18
it isn't,
boosts.
and that's okay. What you
Oh,
feel
really
matters,
good.
unless you go out looking like this, then you kind
I
of.
bet you feel my Charizard.
Clarence needed was a little empathy and kindness to feel better. And
I'm my
once he did,
Charizard, bro. Why would you do that?
fell into. The story of Clarence revolves around growing up. And though we often remember the fun times, it's also when we start to get exposed to the harshness of the world.
They're my
Whether it's
Charizard, dude.
experiencing new unpleasant emotions, shaky relationships, or accepting the reality of who we are. The
Damn it,
world is a tough
dude.
place, but it's also simultaneously a beautiful place. Because it's also a place where you can experience pleasant emotions, build great relationships, and grow into who we want to be.
I need to go
If you
speed
made
run
this
the
fun
store
video, check out
and
my
go
anime
to
news story
fucking
time.
bed.
Like, comment, subscribe, and look both ways before you cross the street. Peace. We Bear Bears is one of the best shows that came out of
I
cartoon
keep getting
animated cartoons.
Charizard
The premise is
eggs.
simple.
Yeah, fuck
A
it,
show
I'm just gonna
about
take
three
it.
bears who are brothers
Fuck you.
who get into
I'm just
cute
gonna
and
take
funny
it.
hijinks.
Fuck it.
And that's literally
Yeah,
what
I'm
the show is,
Charizard
for the
X
most part.
now.
A really fun,
Fuck
wholesome
you,
cartoon.
dude.
Except when it's not. Every couple episodes.
I
of the
didn't want to
season,
be
once we find
Charizard
out that
X.
We Bear
But
Bears is
Charizard
also
X, it
still
chose me,
control,
man.
and proceed to
It's not even
absolutely
stab
destroy the
anymore. Look
saddest
what you
episode.
did to
And
me.
no other episode
Wait, I don't even
exemplifies
have
this more
Beast
than the
Boost
origin episodes of
anymore.
Beach Bear.
Yo,
So
you
grab a book
fuckers
and
are
choose
sick.
subscribe while I cover the heartbreaking lore of We Bear Bears.
I'm not.
We begin with the bears.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm about to leave. I need to go speed run. Go to the store. Damn, I sleepy boy. It is bad too. Oof, 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 oof. Oh. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Bro, take my Charizard off of this shit, bro. I was like, thank you, bro. Holy shit, bro. I'm back in the air and shit. Look, I have both. Y'all. I'm gonna try to do my Charizard. Charizard better. Holy shit. I don't want to be Charizard X. I want to be Charizard Y. I literally haven't gotten Charizard Y, and I have like 8 runs with Charizard right now. Back to back. Maybe that's why. Shouldn't have been back to back. Oh. Oh. Bro, I'm so fucking bro. It's so bad, bro. It's so bad. It's actually bad. Which is the one where they sing? Is it? Which one is that? this one? I want the one where they sing. Hello? Bro, I'm starting to think my shit getting throttled, dude. Dead eyes. My shit dead throttled, bro. I don't know. It's throttled. Let's fucking go. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I pick the right song, I might just finish this run and go. Oh, what I was talking about. Let's fucking go. Why did I pick Space knowing damn well Space has the most rocks? I'm dead dumb for that, by the way. Why did he hit that? He hit Explosion. Are you dumb? I have pushed 3 Master Balls for no reason. Start swapping, little bruh. Oh, it's a bad. I should have tail glowed. Wait, why didn't I just tail glow? Like, why didn't I just tail glow? Hold on, go back, bro. And even then, I would have killed if I just stayed. No, I didn't. Actually, that is her ace. What the fuck is your ace Dreadnought? I give you all the singers, dude. Hold on. I was gonna play something else, but hold on. Oh, you still lived. Yeah, she fucking read it. Yo, how did she read me? Damn it. Damn it. She keeps reading my Zard. I tail glow, and she doesn't Terra. I Earth Power the other time, and she Terras. How the fuck are you reading? He was there reading my shit, bro. I just thought about why am I still getting double battles? I haven't used the lure. Let me finish this joint. I'm way too fried right now, I'm not gonna lie. Is it still raining? No. Ball of tar. Well, yeah, that. Ball of thought. Let go. Like, why'd I click that? Never mind, I guess. Bro was right, maybe. Maybe I should listen to a fried dude. I'm so fried. Holy shit, it's bad, dude. Like that, it's bad. I'm still cooking it, bro. I feel like he's swapping. I feel like he's swapping. I think he's swapping. He pussy. He's swapping. I don't. Why did I click it twice? Yo, I'm weird. Yo, I'm weird. I clicked it twice. Nah, I'm weird for that. I said get +6. Nah. Hey, does this get Earth Eater? No. What's the one that's... Let's hook up. Let's hook up. Avoided. I just missed both. Yo, fuck you. It's boss time. Bro, you can hear it. You can hear the bulb. I knew he was switching. He's like that. He switches now. I'm sorry I understand it now, little nigga. Owie. Yummy. Oh no. I was gonna say, bro, I got 8, but I thought that shit was kind of AO though. Hoo hoo ha ha hee hee. Let's go. Final 10, and I can go to the store. Bro, I'm gonna have to dash in that store, bro. The traffic get weird. I wonder if I'm gonna need the horse or not. Will I ever see Charizardite? Why? Will I ever see it? Why do I keep getting Master Balls? Yo, you're weird. I'm just throwing Master Ball at everything. Fuck it. Get in the ball, little nigga. You come with me. Look, Iron Moth is actually probably a sweeper. No abilities on it though. I only ever get dire hit, bro. I don't like dire shit. I swear I did. Whenever I want a damn X item now, because I used to be able to stack them, and that made it like, made it kind of bah. Alright, let's click up. That's half, 1 plus, 2 plus, crit. That's 3. Whoa, he's plus 3 on a. Under, I can't eat any berries. Will I hit? He hits. He hits. Nah, you so real, Zara. Holy shit. Zara said fuck over Rayquaza though. They be eating that nigga for lunch. Just fuck all of Rayquaza's luck, I guess. Damn, I'm plus 5. Special walls, dude. Big ass bit. And she swapped it. Yeah? It's gonna swap back in and do something. Alright, give me the singies, bro. Hold on. I'll give you the cookage. But, I don't think it really matters, you know? Where's the car picture? I know what that looks like from far away. Let's go. Hey. I want that Roaring Moon, but I don't want it that bad. It's weird that Roaring Moon's kind of ass. He's only good for Classic, I feel. He's not that good in, oh, there's no spread. Even, like, Mints, like, Mega Mints is decent. He's decent. Matter what you did to me. I have 200 bands, another more moon in my pocket. Yeah. Let's reset a few times on this. Toxic orb this late, bruh. Alright, don't catch that. I ate the last ball just in case it's a shiny Eternatus and I need to go find a Lugia. This is also known as the rule. Alright. Terra, Tailglow. Trust. Damn, he read me. Damn it. Now you're him though. Whoa, I did nothing. And he keeps getting the poison. Yo, you're weird. You know what? I always had the key in my hands. I just didn't want to use it. Shining. My soothe bell. Yo, you're fucked up, dude. Nasty plot. Fuck it. Set up the second threat. The second threat is here. You killed my baby, I have another. Wait, I just thought about that line. You killed my baby, I have another. What the fuck? Hold on. This nigga aggro kind of sliding though. He can put up numbers. Alright, there's a new threat on the table. He knows who to hit. That shit did nothing. Alright, bro. Set up another threat. The next threat, please. He said, I have more threat. One threat goes away, I had another. Doesn't even have. Actually, he can hit. Wait, if he doesn't go for Cricket 2, he loses. That's kind of funny. Cricket 2 is the real threat. She didn't do any damage. She didn't hit any of those hits. He knew to go for Cricket 2 though, which is kind of funny. Alright, he lost. He can't hit recover in time. Never mind. He didn't even go for recovery. Yo, you're weird. Really, dude? No recover? And I got my Soothe Bell back, bitch. That nigga be like, really, dude? Alright, bro, it's 716? Yo, it's fucked up. Bro, I'm fried, bro. I can't be dealing with traffic. Can I get a legendary egg before I go to bed, dude? Let me hold that, please, bro. Let me hold that, bro. Let's fucking go! Hey, I'm eating. I got 2! Yeah! Yeah, I'm grinding that when I could wake up, bruh. We gonna find out with that. I mean me, nigga. I'm not streaming that. But, yeah. Alright, let me, oh my goodness, I'm fried, bro. Bro, it's bad. It's bad. When I say fried, bro, it's like, you know, like you've been up a little, like you ain't getting enough sleep, and you've been up more than you're supposed to be. And it's like, why do I exist right at this current moment? And all of the words coming out are jumbled to shit, dude. Oh yeah. Why did I even boot up, dude?